Hey guys, we're back. We're currently about 1 week out from show day, which is pretty crazy. The time has really flown by these past few weeks, with our focus on conditioning and really just going on the Stairmasters and treadmill. But hey, today is an upper body day. We don't have too many left between now and our first show day. But I thought, I want to take you through one properly. I did try to record a session the other day at another gym. But I was talking to the mic and the background was really noisy, and I don't have a mic here. I still don't have one. So today we're changing gyms. I have a second gym membership, which is supposed to run out. Luckily it hasn't. But we're going at an earlier time and it's a bit more quiet here, so hope. Hey guys, it's me hijacking my own video. I was really wrong. After rewatching some of the clips, I literally cannot hear myself because of the background noise. So what I'm going to try to do is just voice over here and there, and this way you can get some context of what's going on. Alright, so we start off our session on the pec deck machine. This is a classic one. There's really not too much to say about it. Other than that, it's an amazing exercise. It gets you that deep stretch on your chest. So for our training program, we are doing 2 sets, and this focuses on doing it in a nice controlled manner with 1 rep in reserve. What that really means is that you want to push yourself till you've got about 1 rep left, but you don't burn yourself out and go to 0, because if you do, it's gonna come back and bite you later on, either tomorrow when you train tomorrow, particularly since you're on low calories, your body is tired, you don't want that. So that's that. You also find that all the exercises we do today are machine based. Machines are just really good for isolation of muscles, and also the risk to reward ratio of machines is actually amazing. And what I mean by that is you don't want exercises that are injury prone. The last thing you want is, you are 1 week out and you get some sort of tear and oh god, there goes your 12 months of prep. So that's pretty much that. And then here's where I quickly step out to go grab my hat and also go to the bathroom, because we drink so much water in a day and we have a very small bladder, unfortunately. And that's when we also see a random bottle of bubble tea, and we're totally not jealous of the person who brought it. For our second exercise, we have the 1-arm cable row, but this one's using the Matrix machine, I believe. This one's really good to get the deep stretch on your lats. For me, back is my weakest area, so we actually hit this twice a week. Similar to chest, we do 2 sets of these and we aim for that 1 rep in reserve. If you want to try out this machine but you don't have it at your gym, I know my other gym doesn't, you can actually just use a regular cable and then grab an inclinable chair for chest support like you can see on screen. Otherwise, if it's gym's too busy, you can also do the kneeling 1-arm cable row. Both of these exercises should be shown on screen for your reference. It took me a while to get used to this exercise because my mind muscle control for my back isn't very good. But the 2 tips I have is to A, make sure that you're pulling with your elbow and using your hand as a hook. And B, make sure that your core is braced when you're pulling and right up against the padding. This ensures that you're actually pulling with your elbow rather than using your biceps. Alright, for that third exercise, it's another classic one, the cable lat pull down. I'm not gonna bore you with the details, I'm sure you've heard it 100 times. For me, it's really good. My back's weak, so we just pump this one twice a week as well. Damn, what a beauty. I probably broke my rule here around the 1 rep in reserve, but look, my back is weak, so you just gotta send it sometimes. Alright, quick intermission between sets. We finished our second and the third back exercise. And now on to shoulders. Ain't no way. It's out of order! How does this thing break? How do you break it? It just goes up and down. Okay, so no bike on shoulder press. I guess we just have to use the machines. Alright, let's go find another machine. Best. I'm cold, I'm hungry. I can feel the food already. It's funny. These days, all I ever do is machines. My younger self would be like, what are you doing? What are these wuss ass exercises? You're meant to be doing barbells, dumbbells. That's what a men do. Yeah, I haven't touched like a barbell, like chest press in like 2 or 3 years. But hey, that's the best growth I've ever had. Most progress I've ever made, and it's more aligned to my goals of having an aesthetic build. So, but I do miss it. I do miss pushing the big heavy weight. So, it sucks. Oh, I'm sure we'll get back to it one day. Maybe after this call, we'll get back. My machine has a towel on it. We'll ask the towel if we can work in. I'll figure this out. I'll be back. Not my favorite machine. It's still shoulder press, but the angle of movement is a bit more odd on my shoulders. I would prefer the Viking press over there because it feels better. It's more stacked on my elbows. So that's alright. This is what's available, so we'll do it for now. Like I said before, this one isn't my first pick, but back in the days when there were less variations, this was my go-to because at the end, it's still really good for isolating the shoulders as long as you make sure you stack your wrist to your elbow when you're doing it. I'm actually doing it properly. The only weird thing for me about this one is that I don't like how your feet are dangling, and I prefer to have my feet fully grounded so I can properly engage my core and brace when I'm pushing. It feels like I feel stronger that way. But this one is just a little bit odd. You can still get the same effect, but you just really gotta, focus. But yeah, I wouldn't avoid this one still. It's still a good exercise. Well, if it isn't my lucky day. Normally we do this one with wide grip, and this is to target the rhomboids to build thickness in the mid-back area. So since this machine's out of order, we have to go find another machine. So luckily, there's another one that's quite similar and allows us to target it, which is like a chest-supported row. So as you can see here now, I'm doing it very similar in terms of movement. Whereas you actually get some foot placement for this one, so it's actually good. So I don't mind either machines, but my first preference is the other one. So for this one, again, similar to all back exercises, you want to make sure A, you compress your shoulders, push your shoulders down, and then B, you pull with your elbows with your hands as hooks, and then similar to the first back exercise, you got to make sure your core is tight and you're actually pushing right up against the padding. This way you're just driving with your lats and your mid-back area. Okay, so the last two exercises are to hit our arms. They're quite straightforward, so I think I'll just speed run through them. Bicep curls, nothing too special. Good to just make sure our biceps retain muscle, so we only do one set. I'm lucky in that my biceps my arms are quite well developed, so I don't need to hit them too hard. I can hit them through the other compound exercises that we do, like back. And we've got, last one is the cable extensions. tricep extensions using the straight bar. Again, this one, just make sure you do it on an angle and you really rotate your hands outwards. I'm sure you've heard it many times in many other YouTube videos. So we pump these to failure. Make sure we get that good squeeze, and that's it. That's a wrap for arms. Hey guys, this is a very quick physique check-in. We are 1 week out, a bit more. I think it's like 9 days to be exact. But yeah, I am at the lightest weight I have ever been in years. I'm 64.45 kilos this morning. I'm feeling a little bit depleted. Food's already all gone. I've finished my workout, and yeah, but I've got the upper body pump. The striations are coming out really well. Got the obliques. And then I'm back. We're looking pretty good, I think. I've kind of taking off my pants. I'm going to show much of it on the day anyways. So yeah. This is what it looks like. This is pretty much going to be peak week. I think we can probably shed a few more kilos before then. Oh, probably not a few more kilos, sorry. But we probably shed maybe another like 300 or 400 grams before the actual day. So we'll see how that goes. Still on 1600 calories, which I don't think will change. Yeah, it's just gonna be consistent. On the day or the few days before, we'll be cutting water and all that jazz, but I'll give you more details when we get there. So, yep, this is me. All right, well, that's a wrap for this one. Peace out, guys.